On this episode of Hack, we're taking the cab off the 03, the Red Silverado, and hopefully it comes off with no problems. And we're using the 312 to rip that thing off. We got the cab up, and yeah, I figured the rockers and the cab corners were a little spent. There's that floor pan patch that I put in there last winter or 2 winters ago for snow plowing. Definitely gonna have to do something about these rockers, whether I do the inside by hand with whatever sheet metal I could grab or replace it fully. But yeah, they're pretty toasted. I mean, I gotta get some attention to this before this all completely rots out, so we might have some patchwork being done. I'm gonna go get some pallets, lay some pallets out, and protect all this stuff for the time being. I'll put that up there for now, and I'm gonna just rest it right here, and then we're gonna finish stripping the drivetrain out of the frame and the rear end and the four-wheel drive components, everything. This frame's gonna get loaded up on the trailer tonight. So this truck didn't always look like this, and if I'm being honest, it was a really beautiful looking truck. The backstory on this 2500 is I bought it back in 2015 because I needed a more reliable source of transportation. I spent $4,500 on the truck, had a plow, probably the most reliable truck I've ever owned, to be honest with you. Although the issue with these GMT 800 trucks is that the frames don't hold up. And the same goes for the generation before it. GM started boxing in their frames after the 80s, after square bodies started boxing in the frames, and in New England that's a really bad recipe mixed with the salt and sand for rot, and that's how we got to this point. This truck, the frame was severely rotted. Oh, after that debacle, getting the cab off, as you can see it's over there. I'm gonna have to probably slide it forward a little bit, but this is where we're at. I'm gonna disconnect all the drivetrain. Now the whole reason why I pulled this truck off the road in the first place was because of these fuel lines. Very brittle, very rotted. As you can see, they're all really cracked right here. I think they were even broken. Yes, they're broken over here. This is why I have this rubber hose. But that only worked for a short amount of time, so definitely need fuel lines for this truck. But yeah, we're gonna do some cleanup on the engine block, do some cleanup on the transmission, you know, replace some lines, replace some other stuff. There's, you know, this crossover line that's a little scary looking. Gonna clean that up, see if we can clean it up. If not, we're gonna have to replace it. But yeah, there's a little bit of work to be done, and we have to finish the frame inside the shop before we drop this in. Chains break, truth cries, shadows fake, powers falling, lies exposed, skies stop. Most of the frame has been descaled, and I put a little bit of primer on it on the bare spots. And then I ran out of primer, which is why only one side has primer on it. The other side is down the bare. I still got a little space in there to clean out. I got to figure out how I'm going to do that because my wire wheel won't reach that. And also, I have found out that we might have a little bit of an issue with the front of this frame. And this is only after I cleaned it all up. So, yeah, I'm going to have to circle back to that because underneath, as you see my fingers pop up over here, underneath that's the cross member, the cradle for under the engine. That is for a two-wheel drive. That rusty thing is for a four-wheel drive, and as you can see, it goes halfway. Yeah, there's a few minor differences between a two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, but we're already this deep into it, so listen, if I'm being honest, I never said I was a professional, and this is my first time doing this, so oh boy. Yep. So after getting the cab off and pulling the motor, you got the motor and transmission all on one shot. But after all that and looking at the transaxle, I mean the front diff, not the transaxle, but the front differential, I realized that other frame, this bracket isn't there. So yeah, we're gonna finish pulling this out, and there's a very, very strong chance that I'll be cutting these welds, cutting that plate completely off the frame, because yeah, you know, I mean, is it really that bad? So there's this piece that I was talking about, the other half of that cross member. Let's see how it kind of bolts in right there. I'm gonna get in there and show you. It's enclosed, right? Usually it's two bolts coming out of that left side. So I might have to cut this right here, along here and around there, because this is the regular cross member piece, but I might have to cut this piece off down here. I don't know how this goes. I might have to cut that out too, because I don't think there's a hole there for that bottom piece. Yeah. Never said it was going to be that easy.